Hi everyone! In our nutrition and diet subject, we often talk about the importance of proteins in the body for growth, repair, and metabolism.
But today, we will explore something deeper, how proteins are tested in the laboratory and how to use in medicine and industries that affects nutrition and health.
First, let's talk about the Burette test. This test checks if proteins are present in a sample like food or a nutritional supplement.
Its principle is that copper ions react with peptide bonds in an alkaline solution. If proteins is present, the solution turns violet.
So in nutrition analysis, a violet color means protein-rich food, while no color change means no protein detected.
Here are the example of protein deficiency disorder. So number 1 is marasmus. What is marasmus? So marasmus is a severe form of protein energy malnutrition caused by chronic deficiency of calories and nutrients, leading to extreme weight loss, muscle wasting, and loss of subcutaneous fat. It primarily affects children in impoverished regions but can also occur in adults under condition of prolonged starvation. So what are the causes of marasmus? Number 1 is chronic calorie or protein deficiency. Prolonged insufficient intake of calories, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. It can also caused by poverty or famine, so limited access to nutrient-dense food in developing nations. So the third one is infection like diarrhea, pneumonia, HIV, AIDS, or parasite worsen nutrients absorption. It can also be by maternal malnutrition or early weaning, or breastfeeding practices, or maternal anemia. So here are the signs and symptoms of marasmus. The first one is severe wasting, visible wounds, loss of muscle or fat, or also known as skin and bone appearance. Second one is weight loss, body weight less than 60% of expected for age and height. Third one is growth failure, stunted height, developmental delays in children. The fourth one is dry skin, brittle hair, sun, keen eyes or cheeks due to dehydration and nutrient loss. Lastly, hyperthermia, weakness, and chronic diarrhea from metabolic slowdown and immune suppression.
This one is the kwashiorkor. So kwashiorkor is also known as edematous malnutrition. It is characterized by bilateral feeding edema in the absence of other medical causes of edema. It typically affects children aged up to 5 years, though it can occur later, especially with conditions like tuberculosis or HIV infections. The term kwashiorkor originates from Ghana, meaning the sickness the baby gets when the new baby comes, highlighting its association with early weaning and inadequate protein intake after the birth of feeding. Signs and symptoms of kwashiorkor include edema, a swelling particularly in the ankles, feet, and the abdomen due to fluid retention. Next is skin changes, dry, peeling skin, scaly or red patches and lesions, and hair becomes brittle, loses its color, or falls out easily. The third one is abdominal distension, a bloated stomach often with ascites or fluid accumulations in the abdominal cavity. The fourth one is muscle loss, depleted muscle mass, though subcutaneous fat may be retained. The fifth one is growth retardation, stunted growth in children, and lastly, other complication is an enlargement of liver, reduces immunity leading to frequent infections and delayed wound healing and also. So these are the causes of kwashiorkor. Diets primarily based on carbohydrates such as rice, cassava, or maize, which are low in protein. Second is an inadequate weaning, weaning children from breast milk without providing adequate protein-rich food replacement. And lastly, other risk factors is include poverty, food insecurity, poor sanitary conditions, and lack of education about proper nutrition contribute to the prevalence of kwashiorkor. Infections like measles and conditions such as HIV/AIDS can also increase the risk of kwashiorkor.
Proteins are essential molecules that perform a variety of critical roles in the body. Understanding these functions help us appreciate how complex and coordinated biological systems really are. Proteins are involved not only in structural support but also in signaling, metabolism, defense, and more. Proteins carry out many essential functions in the body. Different types of proteins have specific roles that supports and maintain biological processes. First, structural proteins provide support and shape to the cells and tissues. Examples include collagen, which is found in skin, bones, and tendons. Next is keratin, which is found in hair and nails. Lastly, elastin, which gives elasticity to tissues like skin and blood vessels. These proteins ensures our bodies maintain integrity and flexibility under various stresses. Enzymatic protein functions as catalysts, speeding up chemical reaction that would otherwise occur too slowly to sustain life. For example, amylase breaks down starch into sugars, pepsin digests proteins in the stomach, and DNA polymerase helps synthesize DNA during replication. Enzymes are highly specific and essential for metabolism, digestion, and DNA repair.
Next is transport proteins. So transport proteins move substances throughout the body or across cell membranes. So example of transport proteins are hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood, binding it in the lungs, and releasing it when needed. Next is albumin, which transport hormones, vitamins, and drugs, helping maintain fluid balance. Lastly are channel proteins and carrier proteins, which enable selective transport of ions and molecules, maintaining cellular homeostasis. Next is hormonal proteins. So hormonal proteins act as chemical messengers and coordinating complex physiological processes. So example of hormonal proteins are insulin, which lowers blood glucose levels by promoting uptake into cells. Next is glucagon, which raises blood glucose by stimulating glycogen breakdown. Lastly is growth hormone, which regulates cell growth, metabolism, and tissue repair. So hormonal proteins influence nearly every aspect of growth, development, and metabolism. Next is immune proteins. So immune proteins defend the body against harmful substances. So example of immune proteins are antibodies, which recognize and neutralize pathogens such as bacteria and viruses, marking them for destruction. Next is cytokines, which regulate immune responses, promoting communication between immune cells to efficiently target infections or inflammations. Next is contractile proteins. So contractile proteins are responsible for movement. Example of contractile proteins are actin and myosin, which interact to generate muscle contraction, enabling everything from voluntary motion to heartbeat. Lastly is tubulin forms, microtubules that help maintain cell shape, organize organelles, and facilitate intracellular transport.
Finally, storage proteins act as reservoirs, storing vital nutrients and iron for later use. Ferritin stores iron, essential for oxygen transport and enzyme function. Casein provides amino acid in milk to support newborn growth. Albumin is a nutrient source found in egg whites, supporting embryo development. So beyond these roles, some proteins are involved in cell signaling, gene regulation, and cell adhesion. Highlighting the incredible diversity of protein functions, the precise structure of each protein determines its unique function, making protein indispensable to life. Each type of protein plays a vital role in keeping the body functioning properly. So together, these proteins illustrate the incredible versatility required to sustain life, from building tissues or regulating vital functions and defending against disease. Proteins are fundamental to the way our bodies work. Understanding their roles give us insight into the complexity and elegance of biological systems.
Originates from the Greek term protein, which means primary important or important state. The term was introduced in 1838 by George Jacob Berzelius, a Swedish chemist, to highlight the central role of protein in living organisms. Basic definition and importance. Proteins are organic, macromolecules composed of amino acids, linked by peptide bonds. They are vital components of all living cells and perform a wide range of biological functions necessary for life. Importance of protein. First, structural. provide support and shape to cell and tissue, e.g. collagen and collagen. Enzymatic, act as enzymes that catalyze the chemical reaction. Transport, carry substance like oxygen, e.g. hemoglobin. Regulatory, function as hormones and receptors that control body process. Defensive, perform antibodies that protect the body from infection. Movement, involved in muscle contraction, e.g. active and non-movement. General elements that make up proteins. Proteins are primarily made up of the following elements. First, carbon. Hydrogen. Third, oxygen. And fourth, nitrogen. Some proteins also contain sulfur, found in certain amino acids like cysteine and methionine. As well, phosphorus. It is present in specific proteins such as phosphoroprotein. These elements are amino acids which link together to build desires. These elements from amino acids which link together to build diverse protein structures essential for biological function.
Where do proteins come from? We have two types, animal foods and plant foods. In animal foods, such as meat, fish, eggs, and milk. And now we have plant foods, where you can get proteins, nuts, tubers, and grains. Now we have two types of proteins, complete and incomplete. So complete proteins have 9 special blocks your body needs, while incomplete is in some blocks, but you can mix them like rice and beans to make a full set.
Next, protein quality. The biological value of protein quality is how much your body can use it. For example, eggs. Eggs have super high value. Next, digestibility. How easy it is to digest. For example, animals. Animals are very easy up to 90 to 90%. And plants also easy but only 70 to 90%. So the question is, how much can you eat? And the answer, everything. 0.8 grams per 1 kilo of your body. For example, if you weigh 60 kilos, about 40 grams of protein in that. Moms to be and athletes need more. Each gram of protein